Hey guys, welcome back to Sinfully Scented. Today I am making Tom Baker Scarf Soap. I am so excited to show you the making of this. It's been something that I've been planning on making for quite some time now. I've actually been knitting my very own Tom Baker scarf for a little over a year now. It's quite the project. It's about, I think it's 12 feet long, right? Yeah, it's a pretty long scarf and I've been working on it kind of intermittently for a year. Now, a couple things about this soap is that it is a 7-layer design. So I showed you the 6 colorants that I used for this soap, and the 7th one was left an uncolored soap batter. So I wanted to prepare the colorants. I just mixed a small amount of each colorant with a little bit of olive oil to get them ready to make the soap. So I actually took a section of the scarf pattern itself and I picked a section where there was one of each of the 7 colors that's in the scarf. And I added together the number of stitches total between those 7, and then I made like a percentage form of each colorant so I could make sure that my soap replicated the pattern as accurately as possible. So that's what I did here. I weighed out my soap batter and then I am using my percentages to determine how much of each color I need so that I can accurately make the layers what they need to be to mimic the scarf. So for my fragrance, I chose to use Earth Meets Sky from Nurture Soap Supply, and in picking out my fragrance, I wanted to pick something that I thought Tom Baker would have worn. Now, Tom Baker was the doctor on Doctor Who back in the 60s and 70s, so when I think of the 60s, at least in the US, I think of Woodstock, and I really think of like patchouli and things like that. So I went on a hunt for a good patchouli fragrance oil. And don't let the name patchouli scare you, because this one's actually really nice. It is, according to the description from Nurture Soap, it is a blend of patchouli, labdanum, I don't know how to say that, tonka absolute grapefruit oil, and a hint of anise, and it's comparable to Lush Rentless. And I absolutely love this fragrance. I think it is perfect for this soap. So one at a time, I had to make the layers. I added a small amount of fragrance into each of the layers and allowed them to set up for between 5 and 10 minutes to not break through to the other layer when I poured them all on there. But I repeated this process for all 7 layers of the soap. One other thing that I wanted to replicate in the soap was the fringe on the ends of Tom Baker's scarf. So I had reserved a small amount of each of the 7 colors of soap batter, and I poured lines on top of the soap using these small little baggies. and that just allowed me to be a little bit more careful with the placement of the colors. And if I made this soap again, I would probably use a little bit less of each color on top, or maybe just do a single line of each color, because in the end you can't really see all 7 colors. Some of them got kind of hidden in the bottom, but that's fine. I'm still happy with how it turned out, and I just took a chopstick and did these delicate lines through the soap, and again, that's to mimic the fringe on the ends of Tom Baker's scarf. And here you can see the cut bar, and I am so happy with how these turned out. I'm just using a knife to kind of clean up because I do cut them with a knife, so sometimes, especially with a layered design, you can get a little bit of smearing when you cut it with a knife. But these turn out so perfect. I am so happy with everything, the colors, the fragrance, the layers. It is Tom Baker's scarf, and I am absolutely in love with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you guys again next week.